Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. Today, continuing with the One Piece videos, we will talk about the greatest rival of the Pirate King. Garp has always been an honorable and dedicated man to the Navy, although his behavior is playful. In necessary moments he shows seriousness in his eyes, intimidating even very strong opponents. With the end of Gol D Roger's life, there would be a great possibility that Garp could get the One Piece treasure for himself, as he was very powerful, even managing to fight the future Yonkus and the Pirate King at his peak. But for some reason he chose not to go in search of this treasure coveted by many pirates. By finding the treasure left on the last island, he would end the era of pirates, but he didn't. There is a reason for this that goes beyond the fact that he always wants to be close by watching the actions of his son Dragon and his grandson Luffy. In today's video we are going to talk about Garp, the reasons that led him not to look for One Piece, which may have motivated him to obey only the orders given to him by the Navy. Besides also on the reason why to this day he doesn't care at all about this treasure. And I already count on your help to leave your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you're still new here, and leave your comments saying your opinions and what the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, since his first appearance Garp has shown to be someone sloppy, not caring about anything that is happening around him. We even see a scene where he received several sharp blows to his belly, but he goes back to sleep again, as if nothing had happened to him. However, when the matter is important, he assumes a totally different posture. He demonstrates a frightening aura, demonstrating the great strength he possesses, only in his determined and serious appearance. Garp hardly defies an order he receives in the Navy, faithfully following the Navy's ideals. Even when it's an order he doesn't agree with, he tries to try as hard as he can to complete it at all costs. But we see that his pride is often greater, causing him to avoid missions he doesn't agree with. During Gol D Roger's end-of-life moment, we see him asking Garp to take care of his son Ace, even though this is considered wrong by the Navy's wishes. But Garp believed that children shouldn't carry their parents' sin. Garp reluctantly accepts his rival's last request, so he secretly finds Ace and takes him to Curly Dayton to take care of him, because if the Navy found out that Garp was taking care of the Pirate King's son, it would be dangerous for both him and Ace, because there would be the possibility of both losing their lives. So he leaves the young Ace in the mountains so that he can find a home where he would not be hunted, something similar to what he did with his grandson Luffy. After Dragon creates the group of revolutionaries to protect Luffy from being wanted by the Navy because of his father, Garp takes the boy to Dayton to take care of him, causing Ace, Luffy and Sabo to meet. This is what made them form an amazing friendship that gave them a reason why they would leave by sea. During the end of the Pirate King's life, he tells everyone that his treasure is hidden and that it would belong to whoever could find it. Although some people believed that this treasure did not exist and that it was just a myth, many people believed his words, especially Garp, who knows the king of the pirates very well, as both have fought each other several times until they came close to losing their lives. During these confrontations they developed something similar to a friendship. We can say that it would be a friendly rivalry. We saw that both had a lot of respect for each other, but they needed to fight because they have different ideals. Being from the Navy, Garp needed to capture him, and that then made them get into conflicts several times. Roger and Garp even teamed up to defeat one of the most powerful pirates of their time, Gol D. During this confrontation they managed to take that opponent's life. However, his crew, which had very powerful pirates and was disbanded, ended up causing each of the members to create a crew that would become very powerful. During the speech of the king of the pirates, Garp really believed in all his words. It could even be an opportunity for Garp to find the One Piece to stop the era of pirates. However, he chose not to look for that treasure, leaving the pirates to get clues to the treasure's location. Many pirates took to the seas wishing to follow the legacy of the king of pirates and get the legendary treasure. Garp could have stopped all this by seeking that treasure, but Garp had several reasons for not going on a long adventure to get the treasure. The first would be his great pride in being a marine. He couldn't just relinquish his title or move fleets to find treasure that would be virtually impossible to find, because as he knows the king of pirates and all his journey, he knew that the treasure would not be in a simple place, but in an extremely hidden place where no one would be able to find it. Everyone knew that Roger was looking for an island that everyone thought didn't exist, and he really arrived at that place. Even for the most experienced pirates it would be impossible to find. This made it one of the main reasons why he didn't choose to go after that treasure. Another reason would be related to his family, because on a trip like this he wouldn't be able to observe what his son and grandson would be doing, because as we know Dragon ended up creating an organization called Revolutionaries who seek to overthrow the world's nobles. So, even discreetly, Garp would be watching his actions to stop them if they did something dangerous, like an attempt to attack the world nobles like Zebek has done in the past, which could cause a big battle, as Sekai Sifu, along with the Marines, would make the revolutionaries their greatest enemies. What in the end would result in a great battle again, in which several characters, Marines and revolutionaries, would lose their lives. Garp later also started watching his grandson Luffy, as Garp took care of and trained that boy, hoping he wouldn't become a pirate. Garp always wanted Dragon and Luffy to become members of the Navy, passing on all his knowledge to them so that in the future he could spark interest in them joining the same cause he fights for. But Dragon and Luffy followed different paths than what Garp wanted. Dragon realized the great inequality caused by the world nobles and the evil they did, so with that goal in mind he created the revolutionaries to be able to defeat them. Meanwhile, Luffy awoke from an early age a great desire to become a pirate so that he could travel the vast seas together with his friends and embark on great adventures together. This also made Garp happy for the boy's evolution when he managed to become a pirate and strengthened himself, also getting worried about Luffy's battles against very strong opponents that provide incredible combat. After he found out about the story that the king of pirates had lost his life after years of battle against the Marines and his treasure would be hidden somewhere in the world, Luffy's desire to become a pirate increased even more. This made him wish as soon as possible to go on adventures around the world and become the new king of the pirates. And we saw that Garp relentlessly refused to let Luffy follow this dream, but at some point, because Garp was not so present in Ace and Luffy's lives, the two left at different times to sail across the sea without Garp finding out. It's unknown why Garp stayed away for so long, but it's probably because of the new pirates that were emerging. As Roger's announcement was spread all over the world, he ended up creating a new era of pirates that brought new pirates every year after the end of the Pirate King's life. Garp then had to focus all his time on his work, traveling across the sea in search of pirates who were causing great confusion in order to find One Piece. So he left to follow the missions as Vice Admiral, and at sea while sailing he received the news that Ace and Luffy had set out on a journey to the seas to become great pirates. As I mentioned earlier, he didn't feel too bad about it, as even though Garp wanted them to become Marines, he wanted them to become strong enough to fulfill their own dreams. And the last possibility would be that Garp really believed that there was someone like Luffy who would leave to fulfill Roger's purpose, and who didn't seek wealth or just fame, that like the Pirate King and Garp would not be a greedy character. So awaiting the arrival of someone who would end the era of pirates that his old rival had started. But actually the real reason he didn't go is that Sekai Sifu forbade all Marines to go looking for the treasure. After all, some members of the organization, like the Gorosei, knew what the treasure was, so they would want to keep hidden a secret that might be hidden along with One Piece on the Lost Island, a secret that could reveal Sekai Sifu's true origin and plans. Because as we know, it is said that along with One Piece is hidden the secret of the history of the Void Century. So the Sekai Sifu leaders forbade everyone to go after this treasure, just as they forbade them to read the poneglyphs. We saw that Jaguar D. Saul, who was part of the Navy, was considered an enemy for getting close to Robin's mother. So Garp does have several reasons why he wouldn't have looked for One Piece, because as we know he would have been able to find it, even if it took a long time. Along with the strength of the Marines, Garp could have found the road poneglyphs easily, as Kaido and Big Mom, who own one of the 4 poneglyphs each, they were still starting their journey across the seas. This would allow Garp to immediately go to that island to get the treasure and stop the pirates' journey. The author of One Piece also said that Akainu would quickly be able to find One Piece, but in the end, they don't do that because it's forbidden to read the information of the indestructible stones, and that way it's impossible to find the island. Well folks, these were the reasons why Garp didn't go find the One Piece treasure on his own, as he was one of the only people able to find it easily. But now I want to know about your opinion. Could Garp really find One Piece if he wanted to? What would be the reasons why Garp didn't go looking for the treasure? Could Garp in his prime face the future Yonkus? Leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.